Susan Stamberg, one of the founding voices of National Public Radio, has passed away at the age of 87. She wasn't just a broadcaster. She was a storyteller whose warmth, intelligence, and curiosity helped define NPR for generations. Susan joined the organization before it even went on air, at a time when women in broadcast journalism were often sidelined or dismissed. She started by cutting audio tape with a razor blade back when editing meant literally slicing tape by hand. But her talent and determination soon made her one of the most important voices in American radio. She became the first woman in U.S. history to anchor a nightly national news program, breaking barriers and inspiring countless others to follow in her footsteps. Her colleagues at NPR remember her as a mentor, a friend, and a guiding force. They called her a founding mother of NPR, strong, honest, and always true to herself. NPR host Scott Simon once said she was the first real human being to host a regular evening newscast, and if you've ever heard her speak, you'd know exactly what he meant. Her voice carried warmth, humor, and authenticity that made listeners feel connected. She even became known for knitting while hosting NPR's famous program, All Things Considered. It wasn't a distraction. It was her way of staying calm and focused, and it showed the unique spirit that made her so loved. Susan's stories covered everything from politics and world affairs to art and culture. But what set her apart was how she found the human side of every topic. She believed every story had a heart, and she made sure her audience could feel it. Throughout her long and remarkable career, Susan was honored with recognition from the National Radio Hall of Fame, the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and many other awards. She retired in September after more than 5 decades in broadcasting, leaving behind a legacy that continues to shape NPR today. She is survived by her son, actor Josh Stamberg, and her granddaughters, Vivian and Lena. Her family remembers her as a strong and endlessly curious woman who loved to learn and share that love with others. Her longtime colleague and friend, Linda Wertheimer, once recalled how they used to disagree about politics. Linda said she found politics fascinating, while Susan thought it was the most boring thing imaginable and couldn't understand why anyone would want to cover it. That story perfectly captures her humor and honesty. Today, NPR listeners and journalists everywhere are celebrating her life and remembering the voice that made radio more human. She brought warmth, depth, and emotion to every broadcast, proving that journalism could also be personal. Though her microphone is now silent, Susan Stamberg's influence will live on in every story told with sincerity and heart.